The entire community rose up against Epic in Fortnite yesterday and today in an unofficial boycott of Epic Games. And what was behind it all? Of course, the brute, or the mech, as a lot of us call it. If you're on any kind of social media, you saw the explosion, no pun intended. Hashtag remove the mech was everywhere you look, like every single pro tweeting about it, even huge organizations saying it on Twitter. It was #1 trending in several countries. So Epic thinks they have an answer now. But is it enough? Here's a hint. You'll probably be disappointed. I'm your second favorite PE teacher, Denver. Use code thatdenverguyYT, or you'll have 19 million years of bad luck. Nobody actually believes those things. Anyway, guys, click like and subscribe for me right now. And so many of you guys have been popping into my videos like so quick after I put them out. So you must have that notification bell turned on or something. So thanks for that. Either way, guys, look at what your favorite pros are saying right now. Courage JD. This guy takes a lot to rattle. He's always positive. He says, I've played Fortnite since it was released. The community has joined together 3 times to voice their extreme displeasure about something in the game. Planes, the Infinity Sword, and the mechs. So far, the community is right each time. Hope we see mechs removed. Hashtag remove the mech. Dr. Lupo, if these things stay as they are, I really want to cast a competitive Fortnite event with Courage JD so we can both burst into laughter as a set of pro players get rocketed across the map or stepped on to death. Absolutely outskilled. Incredible. I'm going to drink tonight. Of course, he's talking about water. Family-friendly channel. Lupo likes to stay hydrated. Even Jordan Fisher, though, guys, another epic caster and employee and even famous actor and dancer. He's like Courage and Lupo, who, if anybody, these guys would and are usually on Epic's side. He says, hey, Epic, y'all know I love you guys. Appreciate you all in so many ways. This is the first time I've tweeted anything like this, but I'm disappointed. I'm frustrated. We're all sad about the mechs. Please help us love Fortnite again. Please just remove them entirely. Please. Like Ninja at this point, honestly, I think is one of the very few people to not actually say anything specific about the trending hashtag remove the mech, besides, like, you know, what we saw in the video yesterday saying he wants to play another game with Tim and Lupo. But if he gets in on this, he just gets Epic to move. But like when you see huge esports orgs tweeting about your game, like Team Liquid and NRG spamming remove the mech from tournaments, even Cloud9 and T1 spamming the same thing, that's when you know you really messed up. Cypher PK, most of you guys know him, great guy, he knows his stuff. Listen to him here talk about Epic's plan to add that laser to the mech to nerf it, and tell me he wasn't right about this. Then we'll get into what they said just now today and why they, I'm gonna say it, guys, why they are so wrong on it. Check this out.
Or charge up time. Like I thought they were gonna hit it from like at least 3 or 4 different areas. Like they were gonna make the brute slower, maybe like take off some of the health, maybe reduce the damage of the rockets from like 50, like 30 or 40 or something. Like I honestly thought that was what they were gonna do, and I was so mad that we had to wait until the next patch for that to happen. But we're not even getting that. The brute's still gonna have the same health, same rocket, same everything. He's just gonna have a laser indicating where he's shooting. But that's like putting me in the ring against Mike Tyson in his prime and then telling me, listen, before he punches you in the face, he's gonna tell you, hey, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I can't do anything about it, whether he tells me that he's gonna do it or not.
Like, what is there to even say? Cypher nailed it. We still have 10 rockets coming at us with no way to outbuild it, and then we just die. And some people out there think that's healthy or good for the game. Sorry, guys, I try to be unbiased. You know I do, but sometimes when you see such a silly decision made by a company, and then they just dig their feet in and continue, they refuse to listen to us, it just makes us lose a little patience and then trust, you know, with Epic Games. So that's a whole different discussion, is trusting Epic Games. But anyway, here is how Epic Games said they want to handle this today. Just now they put this out. We've lowered the spawn rates of the brutes per Storm Circle in arena and tournament playlists. We will continue to monitor the impact of this change in advance of next weekend's championship series events. Find full details on the new spawn rates here. That's it. They lowered the spawn rate. Maybe you're sitting here right now thinking, but Denver, that's a good thing. Let me remind you guys, these things should not even be in the game right now in this state that they are in. This is their response to an entire community up in flames over them, a worldwide trend on Twitter. And the only thing they do is decrease the spawn rate. Think about that. Skeptics saying, just vault them for arena. Holy, you guys are stubborn. Mr. Savage saying, I love this, but please stop being stubborn and remove them completely. I think that 99% of people would enjoy it. But remember, guys, it's been proven. Lowering a spawn rate doesn't mean anything at all. If anything, it's worse because now you can't get a mech to possibly fight another mech. Now just one guy or one team gets one of the few mechs, and then you have to survive them still with rockets, still stomping you to death and everything. That's the problem right there. How powerful each mech is, not how many there are. This only helps if you have more than one mech fighting you at the same time. So does it help? Yeah, but a tiny fraction of what they should have done and are refusing to do right now. Cypher called it, by the way, and I don't normally show two clips from the same streamer in videos, but again, tell me this isn't right. I bet this is exactly what will happen. I couldn't have said it better myself. Check it out.
And then they're going to reduce the rocket count for the mech from 10 shots to 9. And then they're going to reduce the health of the mech from 1,000 to 950. And they're going to be like, we're just going to test this and see how it goes, and we'll update this in 2 weeks. If we feel like this is not enough, we'll nerf it more in 2 weeks. And then, before you know it, it's season 11, and they finally, at the end of season 10, the last few days, they're like, all right, guys, we feel like we could not properly balance the mechs, so we're just going to remove them. Welcome to season 11. Here is the flying dragons you can now mount and fly across the map and burn people to death. Welcome to Skyrim X Fortnite.
I swear Cypher must be from the future or something. Either that, or this is just what Epic has done almost every single season. But you guys have heard of Bala TW, right? If you haven't, you definitely have heard his voice if you've watched any Fortnite like competitive play at all, including the World Cup. But Bala is top tier when it comes to looking below the surface and figuring things out. He says, when I dive into the details, I just can't help but wonder how much someone wants one important game to have a crazy, ridiculous ending because of brutes. To have the spectacle of the sword. And he's referring to like a tournament a long time ago where we saw the sword going off in a tournament. All the pros hated it. It was just destroying people left and right. It was a spectacle. He says it's the same reason Tilted Town is not being addressed at all. Someone wants an end game in competitive Fortnite to go through Tilted Town. He's saying someone, as in an Epic higher up or something, wants this to happen. It's the same reason slipstreams weren't addressed until after the fact, because someone wants an end game to be affected by slipstreams. Stop treating it like a spectacle. Your game is amazing and will be watched and will be promoted without having to be incredibly frustrating to deal with in a situation where people put so much time into being good. Now, this is somewhat uncharacteristic of Bala because he knows a lot of the community reactions are overblown and not justified. In Bala's eyes, though, this one is. This is a huge deal. The mechs are a deal. Like I said yesterday, we can call them a deal. They're a problem, right? They need to be addressed. Epic's handling of the situation, now this is a huge deal. This is a problem. This is a company forcefully ignoring their player base, their pros, and because what? Nobody really knows. We said maybe attention, but still, I can't imagine Epic's investors being really happy when #1 trending on Twitter is criticism of their investment. And then to just reduce the spawn rate. It just seems crazy. Nick A30, you guys know him. You know who he is, how he always tries to stay positive. It's good. The community needs these voices too. He takes a different approach, saying instead of #remove the mech, they just need to balance it. Decrease missiles from 10 to 8. Decrease missile fire rate. All 10 missiles land on you in the span of 1 second. You can't react. Fix, boost, /jump exploits. Shotgun is balanced. Driver's seat is balanced. Stomp mechanics, etc. And I do really appreciate this. The mech would be awesome if it wasn't such an overpowered elim machine. I think at this point, though, people are beyond little changes, like Cypher was saying, because little changes like reduced spawn rate doesn't solve the problem of getting exploded immediately, and your entire game ends with no chance to even do anything. You can't build or anything out of it. A nerf is definitely in order if we can be patient, and if, big if here, Epic makes the right nerfs. But that's where the problem lies. They haven't shown us we can trust them with this task. But Nick's friend Sancho West, overall nice guy and good content creator, agreed with Nick, saying, I've been a part of gaming communities in the past, and this hashtag remove the mech isn't the best way to make change. It paints the fan base as impatient and unwilling to compromise. I just want to see what Epic has in mind for Season X, which is only barely 2 weeks old. But we can pick this apart and we can see the other side of it. Is the fan base impatient and unwilling to compromise? Or have they seen this same thing happen several times before with Epic and don't want to wait an entire season to see good changes? If Season X is barely 2 weeks old, why have we gone through this much disaster with these things? Do people really want to see more of Season X, Season 10, if barely the first 2 weeks have been like this? So again, there are two sides to every story, though. Of course, as you guys know, I said it several times in my last video, don't let anyone else tell you what to think. If you like the mechs, that's fine. I'm just filling everyone in on why so many of us are angry with them, upset with Epic. When something is fun to play with, that's cool. Everything's fine when you have fun playing with something. But when something is this unfun to play against, it's time to make some changes, I think. Anyways, guys, Twitch TV, That Denver Guy for streams. As soon as my hand heals, we'll have more streams and more Battle Pass giveaways I can play. As soon as I can play well enough again, and then code thatdenverguyYT to help me out. Thanks so much for using that code, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love, Denver.